Okay.
Do you hear my dog in the back?
No.
He's dreaming and he's...
He's,
No?
no, I
Okay.
can't
Okay.
hear him at all.
Yeah. Zoe, it's okay. Good, so we don't have to. So, yeah, I'll repeat that. We have a saying in Slovenia that you're just academically 15 minutes late, and it's a great option not to take the responsibility to be late.
Indeed.
Since we are talking about responsibility today. So,
Yes.
um, okay. And thank you to many ladies for being here today, even though you are maybe working or driving, so you cannot be on camera, but it means a lot to us. So, okay, so we're recording, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Now we
great.
are all set.
Okay. So, Nina, before we officially start, maybe just I'm curious because I'm here in Portugal, and you are in Spain, and Ghislaine is in Spain. Helena, I don't know where she is. And Ivica and Polona are in Slovenia, and also Tamara. Hello, Tamara. So I'm just wondering, how is weather in Spain?
You want to answer, Ghislaine, or should I answer?
I can answer. It's a bit covered, but it's still very, 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 very hot.
Okay. Thank you. And
It is.
ho- how is weather in Slovenia, Ivica?
Hello, ladies. Yeah, it's very hot, and we drink a lot of water, and we are in the shadow, so it's summer, but it's okay. And I'm really happy to be here with them, with you.
Ah, thank you. Hey, Polona. Polona is at work. I can see from the from the shirt she's wearing. Great. So the weather there is definitely wet because she works in a water park.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So really cool
Yeah.
for the summer, right? And here in Portugal, it's so cool because it's a bit windy. So I wanted to be outside, but it's windy, so you couldn't hear me very well. But it's a nice weather. It's a nice weather. So, hello, Sandra. So, just wondering, is anyone here not from Spain or not living in Spain currently, or Portugal or Slovenia?
Of course, you
Oh,
can come off mute and share. We'd love actually to see your face. So if you want to come on camera, that way we see you too. Polona, we know you're at work, so no problem. But if the rest of you actually can and would like to get on camera, that make it amazing. And also, it is easier to connect for both of us. Either so both Zoe and I with you, and the other way around.
so Helena is also working,
Okay.
so thank you for being here. It means a lot. And Sandra is also working, and yeah, it means a lot. And Sandra is actually from Croatia. Uh, and Sandra, are you now in Croatia or you are in Spain? Hey, Tadeja.
I believe it is Helena who said she's in Croatia. From
Oh,
Romania in Spain is Sandra.
let me
Nice.
see. Did I mix it? Helena said she's from Croatia. Okay. And Sandra is from Romania. Amazing. Wow, we are so multi-culti, international. So amazing. Amazing. Okay, that's lovely. Okay,
Yes.
so I just wanted to connect to you ladies. and that was a really nice way to do it. So thank you all for sharing. Okay, Nayna, the mic is yours.
The mic is mine. Shall we start then?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then, so today's topic is guilt versus responsibility. And I think that starting with why is a very key part, very important part to start with, because what I've seen, let me know if you also see it this way, Zoe, but what I've seen, what I've experienced is that a lot of the time we get them mixed, and then we're on the guilt trip, and it really, like, it's not a fun trip. It's not the trip. So what would you say, Zoe, that it's the origin of guilt?
Yes. Amazing observation, first of all. And as you said, it's not a fun trip. Actually, it's not a trip, as you said. What does that mean? Guilt, as itself, it's a reminder. So whenever we feel guilty for more than 5 seconds, we are actually going down the guilt
The
spiral.
spiral.
Yes. And guilt by itself, it's amazing, as it is anger. And also, when we are angry for more than 5 seconds, we are actually going down the angry spiral, okay? The spiral of anger. So basically, guilt is a good thing. It's a reminder for us that we are out of track. So we are not on the track of a fun trip or of aligned trip would be better. And that we are actually reminded by this feeling of guilt that we need to realign. And how we realign? We take responsibility, because responsibility literally means the ability to respond. So and as a society, we don't understand that. We are actually taught that feeling guilty is something that you feel, and then you feel guilty and you drown in that, and it's a horrible experience, but we all love it so much. What I mean by loving it so much, I'll explain. So as one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, said, everyone has her or his own favorite flavor of suffering. And guilt is many times, especially for women, the favorite flavor of ice cream. No, of suffering. Yeah. So we just love it. Okay, so does that answer the question, or you have another question for me?
Absolutely does. And I do have another question. And as you were finishing, you dived straight into it, which is that what you just said. How is it that we as women love being on that guilt trip? What is it about us that we're finding ourselves like constantly feeling guilt, brought up in guilt, even feeling guilt throughout many years? And like, apart from men, for example, where it's different for them. So what is it in women that we feel so much of this guilt?
So one way to look at it is when we are girls and boys. For boys, they say, "Oh, just go and do it." Let's say they fall on the floor or they do something clumsy. "Oh, you're a big boy, you don't cry, you go and fix it and do it," right? And for girls, it's many times, "Oh, it's okay. Oh, do you feel like this and that?" And they just drag you into the feeling of shame, guilt, something is wrong with me. So what I'm trying to say is, For men is different because they would go and do something with the guilt. The guilt would be the trigger for them to do something. And for women, because how we are raised up, it's many times just instead of going up and do something, it's just drowning into it. So taking responsibility is something that in a way boys are more confronted with than girls. So they, in a way, not always healthy way, but at least they learn when they feel guilty, they need to do something with it. So yes, sometimes they take responsibility and they actually do something with the situation. Sometimes they just do something with the situation. So they yell or they run away or they just, throw something or just punch someone. But at least the difference I want you to sense is they activate. From the guilt, they activate. And for us, normally, from the guilt, we just hide. We go into the guilt. We just lay there with the guilt, and we don't activate ourselves.
Okay. I guess like why is that? I mean, yeah, naturally men have more energy, have more just testosterone, so from a biology standpoint, it makes sense how they're gonna express that energy. And at the same time, it's like we're in 2026. I mean, we've advanced so much. Literally, in human rights, we are the best that we've ever been in history. And yet, still, this is an issue where we are still on that guilt trip. So there's
Yeah, that's another thing. So when men meet other men, what do they do? They play soccer, they drink beer, they smoke cigars. They don't really talk about their emotions, right? They do action. And when women meet, what do? They talk
usually
about
talks.
their emotions, they share. And it's not very common that another lady would say, okay, I feel you, I understand you. So what is the responsibility you're going to take for that?
Yeah, usually it's going down the spiral. Oh
Together,
no,
we can do it together. So it gets stronger, actually. You see? So it's actually not just how we were raised, it's how we act when we are grown-ups also. And now that we are grown-ups, we have the ability to respond differently than when we were kids, right?
That's right.
And of course, there are other aspects of it. I'm sure that we could talk about it the whole day. But for me, working with women, those two are the most important. So who now as an adult, we have the ability to change things, to respond differently. So who do you spend time with? Who are your friends? For sure, it's very important you as a woman to spend time with other women. I was avoiding that for 22 years, I think. Well, a little bit less. And because it was too painful for me, as I was saying in our previous podcast. And then I realized it's super, super important. And who you gonna pick? There are millions and millions of women you can pick to be with, to spend time with. And it's really our responsibility to pick the right ones for us, and also the responsibility to move away from some of them or put boundaries.
That's right. Or even
So
encourage them to maybe think differently.
definitely encourage them and not try to change them, because you cannot change. I know you know that, Nayna, and you all know that, ladies, but it's so important to remind ourselves. I cannot change anyone. And I'm just losing my energy. And again, watch this. It's actually a guilt trip, right?
Oh my
Because
God.
first, I'm guilty because I cannot change them. And then, oh my God, you're bad because you don't want to change. So you put the guilt on them. And then again on yourself. And then maybe on your mother or his mother. Or so really, responsibility is to take care of my own inner world. This is what I've been teaching women for a long time. It's not the outer world that you need to change, because actually you will not. It's the inner world you want to work with. And everything around will align with who you become.
The secret formula. There you have it. You take it or you leave it. I would say you take it.
Love it.
So you said something that I'd love to pinpoint, especially in your work, where you're a coach, you work with women, you support women. I'm also on my own path of supporting young generations, young people to find themselves.
Yeah.
And Helena as well. So many of us were on that path where we are supporting people. And I don't know if you have experienced this. I think many of us have, at least I have, where I really wanted to change someone because I know the
Potential?
That's right.
Yes.
The potential in that person, and a lot of us want have the superhero syndrome where the hero syndrome where you want to save someone. And I just wanted to put really clearly, as we said before, I really do believe you already know this, but it's like no one needs saving. Literally, no one needs saving. Every single person has the ability to provide for themselves. Now, the changes that they want to do in their lives, that is a choice because they want something for themselves. They see that potential in themselves and they really want to make the most out of it, so they decide to step on that path. But I really wanted to share that because I don't know if you've experienced this too, Zoe, or if you know of someone who has been on that journey of guilt of, oh my God, I cannot save someone, or I just really want to help this person, but she just won't take it. And I'd love to hear your take on that.
Yeah. It's very common with coaches and therapists to get caught in that. Why? Because 99% of coaches and therapists just change their wounds, their trauma to their superpower, which is coaching and healing people. So naturally, we are the ones who want to help people and who wants to, move them forward. And there is one very important thing that I always say. If you're a coach or a therapist and you don't have your own coach or a therapist, you are actually just working on yourself through your clients because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between your client and you. So your subconscious is like, yay, I'm working so much on myself and I'm moving forward, but you're actually not. And for me, I would never have a coach or a therapist that doesn't have a coach or a therapist himself or herself. Because, not just because she's not moving forward, but also, that's true. Thank you, Sandra. But also because there are things that come up for you who are coaches, therapists, mothers, or something similar. When you work with someone, okay, when you interact with someone, things come up. You can get triggered, or something opens up that you didn't know was there. And you can, if you don't work through it, what can happen is you just put it on your client, you put it on your child, you put it on your dog. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, Sandra, can you write more about that? I'm not, I didn't get it.
So Sandra says, that's true for the ones listening after. I don't know if the chat is going to show. So yeah, Sandra says, that's true. I've been in therapy for 9 months now with my psychologist. People think that knowledge is therapy, but it's not.
Yes.
Okay, so let me know, Sandra, if I mean the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let me correct me if I'm wrong, Sandra, but I think what you're trying to say here is that a lot of the times they just stay on the knowledge without taking actual action. Is it?
That could be one thing that she meant, and it's for sure true. Well, she will share more. And
That's
also what I see in that, what she shared is many times we just try to know more. I need to know more of that and then I will be. And when I will have this degree, then I will be. And you're just stuffing your mental body with more information. So it's like having a food disorder. So you stuff down your emotions, your fears, maybe, from moving forward. And so having more knowledge doesn't really help. And there are many people out there that are just trying to hide behind the knowledge. And when working with people as a coach or a therapist, well, maybe just one thing here. The work as a coach, like business coach and a therapist, that is completely different, right? So when you're a coach, you give people directions, like you give them new boxes where they can look in and then they work with those tools. And when you are a therapist, if you really are a therapist, you are basically holding space for people. So if you would look at it energetically, when you are a coach, you work together. Like with your coach, you work together. When you're a therapist, you're just here holding space, and here with the person, the client, the progress is happening. So it's her own path. But when being a coach, many times, of course, the person does it by itself, by himself or herself, but it's different. You interact way more. But when you're a therapist, you're just holding the space. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I wanted to say was, let me just find it what she wrote. Okay. Okay. So
So
what I'm trying to say is that being a coach or a therapist or a mother is different, but it's also similar from our own perspective. So from a mother perspective, from a coach perspective, from a therapist perspective, because it triggers things in you. You feel, yeah, just like, yes, true. So whatever you are, or you're a teacher or something, you need someone, I need someone to support me in my own process that will happen at work, with clients, with kids, right? So, I mean, you don't need it, but it's very, very helpful.
indeed, it is 100%. Okay,
I
I
can
wanna.
say it's needed.
It's needed. Okay.
It's definitely needed because you are so right. And when someone has to hold and carry a situation, listening others' challenges, it triggers you too. So definitely that person has needs also to have someone to carry and hold that
Yes.
those emotions that appear, and sometimes you don't even know about them.
Yes.
That's
True.
right.
True. Thank you, Ghislaine.
Thank you.
This is so lovely to so it's not just me and Nayna, but it's the community of women who has their own experience and can share. So it's very, very beautiful.
It is so cool. Thank you.
I think we have another. Sandra
Yes.
wrote, now talking about me, I study psychology, but studying psychology doesn't make me see my own stuff. Stuff. I need my own therapist. Thank you, girls. Yes, for sure. Now I was, before I was working with women, I was a half professional athlete. I was in kickboxing and boxing, and well, we can talk about that in on another topic. But I was also a trainer, and I was training some professional MMA fighters and world class jiu-jitsu fighters abroad. I was living in Arabian Gulf that time, and I was considered one of the best coaches there. And I always said, I'm not writing my own training program. I prefer someone less knowledgeable would do it for me, then I would do it for myself. Why? Because if I want it or not, I will avoid things that I really hate, or that it's like, oh, I don't want to do it. So, or I will minimize them. So even if I am very responsible towards my body, there are still ways my ego structure, my mental structure, my protectors will find a way to avoid things they don't like or I don't like. So definitely, always, if you're a coach, you need a coach. You're a therapist, you need a therapist. If you're a trainer, you need a trainer or someone that at least writes you the program. If you work with dogs, it's really cool if you have someone who can supervise you working maybe with your own dog, because we know that working, like for me, when I work with my father's dogs, I'm stable, and I do the thing and everything's great, and then it comes my Zoe, it's like, oh, but I can't do that. Yeah, you. So yeah, definitely. I mean, very important thing.
Okay. So now I'm curious. Can I ask you, did you feel guilt about not wanting to do like the training the trainings
If I felt
program,
guilty,
training program?
um, uh, mm, for not for not wanting to write it for myself.
or maybe for others? Or do you believe you're being irresponsible? Just honestly curious.
Can you repeat the question so I'm sure what you're asking?
Yes. So you said that you were considered the best coach, but you wouldn't make the training program because you just didn't want to do it. So my question lies in, like, did you feel any like lack of responsibility for not doing it, or any guilt, or was it just like, nah, it's
To be very honest with you, I had no idea about responsibility at that time. I thought I'm being responsible, which I was to a certain degree. And I was very much into guilt trip. And I'll tell you, I don't know if I told that story before in the previous podcast, but I don't think so. Or maybe I'll just repeat it. So I was very good at guilt tripping myself. Like I was always the one to blame. So I wouldn't blame others. Like, very rarely. And one time at one seminar, I said, we were talking about guilt tripping people. And I said, yeah, but I don't guilt trip people. I always guilt trip myself. And I thought that I'm much more spiritual than others for doing that. And I'm better than others for doing that. And then the teacher looked at me and she said, do you realize that this is the same coin you're talking about? Those are just two sides of the same coin. I was like, I felt so embarrassed because actually it's the same thing. It's my subconscious doesn't know you or me. It's just a different flavor. They are both socks, just different color, as I normally say. So guilt tripping myself or you, it's the same frequency, and it's not a good thing to do, and it's definitely not a position where I could respond.
That's so interesting. I mean, as you're saying this, I'm seeing myself in you, because a lot of the times, I mean, we are source, right? So we attract what we are. So if there are things happening, and yeah, I'm gonna put my example. So sometimes I would just blame myself also for what other people is doing that is not working. Blame, guilt, or take responsibility. Okay, so let me ask you this then. What would you say is the key thing between being guilty, feeling guilty, and being responsible? Because I think that really needs to be cleared out, because we get it mixed.
Okay, I think we all understand it now mentally. Like, okay, if I'm feeling guilty, I don't take responsibility, so I just don't do anything. I just keep feeling guilty or I blame others. It's the same coin, right? And when I take responsibility, I look at the things as they are and find the solution how to move forward or left or right, whatever. But this is great. I mean, we have more knowledge now and probably will not do much with it. So let's do an exercise, okay? So those kind of exercises that I'm doing in groups, on seminars, or one-on-one. And you can all please participate. So close your eyes. And Nayna, I will we use you, okay, as a client now, okay? But everybody just do it, okay? Close your eyes, and when I tell you to feel guilt, where do you feel it in your body?
Above my tummy, like below my chest.
Yeah, okay. And now just shake it off a bit, like physically. Okay. And now I will ask you to feel responsibility, being responsible, being able to respond. Where do you feel that?
In my whole chest, literally.
Yes, yes, it's your heart chakra because your heart is much, much more powerful and even smarter in a way than our brain. Okay, great, great. So for everybody, for everyone, you can write it down if you want to, and then we'll continue. So where do I feel guilt and where do I feel really the ability to respond? Why did I say to Naina first responsibility and then I said the ability to respond? Because many times we we have this in our mind, in our mental body, like it just the responsibility, the word responsibility. It's like no, I don't want it. Yeah, it's like a bit throwing up, maybe even feeling like you're gonna throw up. And why is that? Because the way they represented responsibility to us was bullshit. Do you know how they used responsibility in your childhood when you were growing up, even maybe later when you started to work? How, now this is a question for everyone, how did they use the concept of responsibility towards you, basically?
As you're saying this, I'm honestly getting mad. Sorry, I just wanted to share that. But yeah, it's so
Yes,
effed
sure.
up. It's no. Because I think a lot of people really get it wrong and they use responsibility as the excuse for many other things that aren't being responsible, are putting things on you, are me projecting onto you, me wanting to make you feel bad and masking that as responsibilities. Like, so no wonder how so many of us decide the guilt trip instead of the responsibility trip, or
It's
we have
better.
done that. Yeah, it's like, hello.
Great, Naina. Thank you. I think Giselle wants to add something.
I just wanted to add that when they use responsibility, it's not taking care of what you feel, but you should do because this is the correct
Way.
through their eyes or through
Yeah.
their rules or through their.
Yes. Thank you very much, Giselle. Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
you both said, it's very correct. So what happens with responsibility that you need to be responsible, you need to do what I tell you to do or what the authority tells you it's the right thing and you must do. Do you understand now why we hate this word? I will never be responsible. And what's the other option you have? You go on the guilt trip, right? And so let's reframe the responsibility, okay? So being able to respond. So now I will ask you, we do another exercise, okay? Now just remember something, a situation you felt guilty about. It's easier if you close your eyes because then you can go inside in the inner world easier. So just Nina and everybody else, remember the situation you felt guilty about. And now imagine someone tells you you need to be responsible about this situation. What happens in your body? Okay, Nayna?
Rejection.
Rejection. Okay, what do you feel, Nayna?
Feels like the like my breath is being held back, like I can't breathe easily, like it's being cut.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's continue the exercise. Okay. So really feel what you feel when somebody says to you, you need to be responsible about this situation. Feel it in your body. Okay, I might feel my stomach is shrinking. I might feel like I cannot breathe. And now, if you need to, just shake it off a little bit. And remember the same situation when you feel guilty. And now say to yourself, I choose my ability, my strength to respond. I have all the power in this world to change things. Now just feel what you feel in your body. Let your body talk. It's not the mind that needs to talk now. It's your body. How does it feel in your body? Where do you feel that power, that ability? And now I will ask you again to remember the same situation you felt guilty about. What's the difference between before and now? And when you're ready, you're gonna do a deep breath in and even longer breath out. And one more. And let yourself slowly come back and open your eyes. Okay, Nayna, would you share first what was it like, the process?
It was really interesting and freeing. So I was thinking about this situation where I felt really powerless, and throughout the process I started to feel the power, and not just the power, but the story I was telling myself about the experience even changed. It's like now I'm the one in power, and I realize how it's not about guilt, it's about I was putting guilt on myself for not acting before. And what I see now is no, I just chose to do something that in that moment wasn't aligned with me, which is fine. But I see it not with guilt or shame, but like it's fine.
Yes. Taking responsibility. Very good, Nayna, very good. Thank you for sharing that. And I just want to also say to everyone sharing in the chat, thank you so much for sharing. And now Sandra is feeling warmth in her stomach and enlightened with a very short exercise. Can you imagine what would happen if you would go on that journey of responsibility, the ability to react? Yeah. To react from the place of no guilt, of the place that Nayna said, I feel okay, I feel fine with it. It was as it was. And yes, of course, it takes a bit more than just 5 minutes to change all of that. But this exercise shows you that it's possible for you too. So amazing. Does anyone else wants to share what happened? You can unmute yourself if you want to.
I will go ahead and read the comments
Yes.
while someone gets unmuted if you want to. So I wanted to read also Jayshree, my mom. Thank you for being here. I see you. I hear you. She says, I feel guilty as something sharp on my upper back, right side, and responsibility felt like energy moving through my entire body, like a very pleasant tickly goosebumps from the inside that expands beyond my skin. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Sandra says, I feel warmth in my stomach and enlightened. That's right. Thank you for sharing as well, Sandra. And Tadeya says, I felt the same as Nayna. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I love to hear more from you today, and thank you for sharing. I really do. Then Sandra says, it's so powerful. Thank you. I was realizing that meanwhile you were guiding us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sandra, for sharing. And Ghislaine says something that I think is very important. I would say to act and not react, indeed. So responsibility, response ability, like acting ability. The ability to choose to act and respond. Indeed.
Yeah, our
thank you.
reaction is action that came after another action. And we are also again taught that reaction must be explosive and it's not a powerful thing. It's not, I'm not empowered by reacting, even though reaction is just the action you take after another action. But you can see how words are important, as Ghislaine said here. For not words by itself. If I talk in Chinese now, you would not be triggered, you would not, because you don't know the words. But words are like chips in our head, in our mental body, like we are the phone and we have apps or we have settings. And there for this word is this setting, for that word is that setting. And we just, if we take the responsibility, we can change that. Right? And being aware is the first thing. So very good, ladies. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Nayna.
No, don't be sorry.
I mean, I think I interrupted you.
But not enough. To be aware is one thing. Very important, is the first step. But sometimes it's not enough.
Yes, of course, it's not, but it's a necessary step. So if you're doing that step already, congratulations, because it's the most important step.
And sometimes it can play with you because you are aware and you are still in the same pattern. And that's the point, is to break that pattern of reacting with guilt or choosing to act.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
true.
So switching from like an explosive reaction to actual response ability.
And it's like working out, working out a muscle. So it's more times you do it, better you are at it. So it's repetition, 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 repetition. Right.
That's right.
So
Thank you, Ghislaine, for sharing. And okay, so Ivica also says that she felt very calm. That's so nice. Thank you, Ivica, for sharing.
So if I can, I would add something that seems very, for me, it's very profound. And it's spiritual life concept that I came across, and it's called Ubuntu. I think that's how it's pronounced. And it's an African concept, especially it's supposed to be from South Africa, and it's a very beautiful knowledge. And it's the idea that I am because we are. So it's not it's not separating
It's not
people.
individualist.
Yes, exactly. And what I loved the most about it was when they explained how they when someone in the village would do something bad, something that normally in our culture you would put guilt on them and just do something completely different with that. They would take that person in the middle of the village and they would talk beautiful things about that person, so long that their field basically would be filled with love, so transformed, and they would be cured in a way. So I think it's a beautiful concept, and there is actually an exercise that we will do today. It comes from Tibet, though, and it's an exercise where we do the same thing that those villagers did, but for ourselves. So I'll explain it, right? But I think it's a beautiful, beautiful idea. Also for our partners, for our kids, for our friends, daughters, parents. When they do something that you don't like, um, to start saying good things about them. And because we people, we don't do bad things because we are bad people. We do bad things because we lack love. So we just need more love at that moment. And this is exactly what we're going to do now, with a short exercise. Again, just you can do it at home later for a longer period of time. But just to show you that you can do this Ubuntu for yourself, for your inner village. Because there are many people living in you. Did you notice that? It's not just one. Right? Okay, amazing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, now it's getting hot. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we will all close our eyes. You can use your hands if you want to, or you can just visualize it, okay? So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna so we have our field, right? We are in this field of energy, okay? So we're gonna we're gonna like grab and hold and bring to our heart all the pain that exists in our field right now. Okay, so you close your eyes, you do a deep breath, and with this breath, you bring into your heart all the pain that you are holding that is present in your field. And with your breath out, you're gonna keep that pain in your heart and just send it love. So you don't want to get rid of the pain. You don't want to put guilt on the pain. You don't want to say this pain is bad. You want to keep it in the middle of your heart and just send it love so it can disintegrate slowly with love. So the exercise goes like this. You breathe in, you breathe in, you breathe in and bring in the pain. And keep it here, and with your exhale, just bring the love to this pain. And then you do it again. You bring in again the pain. And breathe out and bring the love to this pain. And you do it all over again. You can pick a specific pain, or just take all the pain you feel. And you do it a few more times. You bring in the pain, you hold it, and send it love. And one more time. And now I will ask you to slowly feel your whole body, your feet, your hands, your breath, and you hear the noises around you. And you slowly open your eyes. Okay, so this exercise you can do for 3 minutes, for 5 minutes, for 7 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. And the point is, you love yourself. You love the whole self. What I see many times with different techniques or seminars, even for women specifically, they try to get rid of the pain, of the anger, of the trauma. And maybe there's something else I would like to add at this point. How do you feel, Nayna, about forgiveness? Like, honestly, how do you feel about forgiveness?
What I really do feel is that that's the way someone gets freed. That's the way I get freed. That's like honest. Like when you can actually forgive yourself for for the good and especially for the bad, for what you can't really accept about yourself, for all that parts that you don't really want to see and have a really hard time expressing and putting into words. Once you just accept and forgive yourself for whatever happened, that's the most freeing thing ever. I'm still looking for forgiveness in some parts of myself. And also it's a journey. So
what about if I say to you, you need to forgive this person that really hurt you?
then I feel like we deviated from responsibility, as we said before. It's like it leads to guilt in a way. Like you're projecting that something onto me. Like,
Yes.
I'm not the one making the choice. You are trying to convince me. You are trying to force me into doing this thing, maybe when I'm not ready yet.
Yes. And this is very important because many of us feel that way and feel a resentment toward forgiving others, especially for the things that really hurt us. Maybe some of you mentally can say, yeah, okay, I forgive them. And when you think of the situation or you go through it, you still feel triggered by the situation. And here is something I would like to offer to everyone. Instead of forgiving, what about letting go? So the point is, when you forgive, you have to give something, right? Again, you did something to me, and now I have to give you something. I mean, it's a beautiful concept, don't take me wrong, but many times it doesn't go through, right? We have a problem with it. So what about letting go for yourself, letting go of the situation that was there, of the pain that was there? So not forgiving them, so you don't need to give them, just letting go. And there are exercises to be able to let go. Of course, again, it doesn't happen in 5 minutes, or it could, but normally it doesn't because we are very complicated beings. There are many layers in us, many protectors, exiles, etc., etc. So, but at the same time, there is so much simplicity in letting go. So I will tell you a short story. It's very funny. So there's a man who goes in this magical world where there is a turtle guru. And this turtle said to him, "Oh, this man is very angry. And he has a lot of anger in himself." And then this turtle said to him, "Oh, you carry many potatoes." And the guy is like, "I'm not carrying any potatoes." "Yes, you're carrying here all the potatoes. So many potatoes." And the guy was like, "What is he talking about?" And then he said, It's your anger. It's like your anger. Potatoes are like your anger." "But I cannot let go of the anger." And the turtle said, "Just drop the potatoes." So it's really that easy. And of course, yes, it takes time because we do have many layers. So Ghislaine, I saw you raising hand, and please.
Only if I can make a question, is that possible?
Yes, sure,
Of
sure.
course.
In my case, I always felt very blessed that I don't carry a hatred or resentment towards the other person. I keep it all for me.
Yeah.
Yay. So it's really like how it can be, because if you ask me, how do you feel towards that person that's really made like you can't imagine? And I would say, I forgive it. It's true. But the thing is, It's really true. But that pain, it's still mine. I don't have anything against the others. This is crazy. Like, I can understand when people say, "Oh, I'm angry," and I don't have that anger towards them. I really, really forgive them, or I don't know how it can be expressed, because I don't feel like I would do to them that, and zero.
Can I ask you
Zero.
something, Ghislaine?
Yes, yes.
So this is very good for everyone.
Of course,
So,
because it's very strange.
what did you have to do as a kid to have your mother's attention and love?
Everything. I was sick very often, especially amygdalas, because I couldn't maybe express all what I wanted. And I am like, I also forgive her because she had her situation and her circumstances, and we were five girls, and she was the one providing. And
Yes, okay, I understand the story. And what did you have to do so your mother would give you attention and love?
maybe I didn't do
What?
what I needed to do.
So you had to do everything that she wanted you to do.
Yes.
Yes. Do you see why you don't you forgive everyone?
Not yet.
Okay. So if we said that forgiveness is giving to others, you had to give to your mother to be loved and to have her attention. And this is just the program that you're wearing, that you're having inside of you, that you need to be a good girl. You can't be angry at people. You need to forgive them. And at the same time, this energy of anger and resentment has to stay somewhere. And where does it stay? Inside of you. Right? So it's the same coin. But you were taught that you cannot be angry at people. You need to forgive them for everything. Right? To be loved. And many of us here have the same pattern. So thank you so much, Ghislaine, for sharing that. And it's great. So you don't need to deal with them. So you just deal with yourself.
Yes. Which is not easy.
What? But it is easier, definitely, because you're the only person you can work with. So thank you again. Thank you again for sharing, Ghislaine. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
thank
for
you
the
so
question.
much. Yeah.
So Nayna, back to you.
I was just amazed by your sharing, Ghislaine, because you really did bring some light um, to that matter, right? It's like how many times we're just like carrying all that within. And also I have this other question, because our ego is really strong and we really, really, really want to be right. We want to be right about our anger. We want to be right about our guilt. We want to be right about our sadness. We want to be right. So, and it's also a journey. So as you said, it may happen like this, or like releasing that negative emotion, or releasing, letting go. And sometimes it does take more time. So I would love if you had an exercise or something that we can do to start facing those negative emotions that we may be dealing with but are not ready yet, or are trying, we are like really doing the work to be ready to let them go, and we're still not in that point.
Okay, so there are two things. First one, when you want to be right. You, especially in the conversations, or you just, you have a boyfriend or a mother or a daughter or someone that you're very close to. And at those moments, you definitely want to be right. Did you notice that you want to be more right with people that you love than with people that you don't care about? Yeah? Okay, so I'll just give you a very simple exercise for those moments when you want to be right with someone else. Just ask yourself, do I want to be right, or I want to be in love with them? Because being right is here, being in love is here, and you just choose which part of you is going to be activated. Do you want to be right, or you want to be loved? Do you want to be right, or you want to be in love? Do you want to be right, or you want to be the love? So I ask myself, oh, when my ego hits the road, it's like, okay, do I want to be right, or I want to be in love? No, I want to be right too. This is how my ego talks. And yeah, it's not both, okay? Just one, or just take the responsibility which one you want to choose. Okay, that's the first one. And you asked me about how, if we want to change that, not be in my favorite flavor of suffering. So
Yes.
like feeling guilty, or being sad, or feeling lonely all the time, or not enough, right? So we have two. It's interesting because today I worked with one of my amazing clients, right, specifically on that. So I'll just share the idea, okay? So there are two states that we can live in. This is also from my amazing mentor, Tony Robbins. So it's the suffering state or the beautiful state. There is none in between. And then basically every moment, but every day, every morning, you can decide in which state you're going to live. Suffering or beautiful state. Suffering or beautiful state. And when you catch yourself, you are in a suffering state. So what does it mean? That you are actually a victim, that you feel guilty, that you complain about things. Just notice it. Give yourself 90 seconds to swim in that, because we love to swim in that, right? So we need to take 90 seconds. Okay, we can swim in that. And then say, okay, enough of this suffering state. Now I pick the beautiful state. And just think of 3 things that are beautiful in your life right now. So that would be my the exercise.
Nice.
The option that you have, and you can choose. So I really, first of all, thank you to all of you for being here, and so we can work through that together. And second, I will be super happy to get your feedbacks. Are you doing the exercises? How is it? What does it transform for you? How did your life change? If you have any questions, even when you're watching maybe this podcast through YouTube, you can write in a comment, and we'll be very happy. Right, Nayna?
Of course, 100%. We love feedback. We really do. It really makes the difference also for us to be able to deliver better. So we really do appreciate it.
So I think our time is up for today. If I would end this beautiful circle with a question that goes with the last exercise, and it is, and you can write it or just unmute yourself. What is one beautiful thing in your life right now? For me, one beautiful thing are you, ladies, this beautiful community. I'm really, really grateful for.
For me too, that I have a great community with excellent women and with you as a coach.
Thank you, Ivica.
With love.
Yeah, for me too. I'll share. For me, it's beautiful to be in this space with all of you. It really, really, really is. Like, it heals my inner child that really wanted to find community and people like her with all this knowledge about responsibility and action and ways of being. And it really fills my heart to see you, to be here with you, and for us to be sharing our experiences from a responsibility side and from our truest self, with the good, the bad, and the ugly. It really does fill my soul. So thank you.
Ghislaine, here you go.
A beautiful thing. I feel blessed that I have many. And yeah, to be part of this community is also very, very important to me because through many years, I felt like not fitting in the circles I was. So yeah, this is something I'm grateful for.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Ghislaine. So
Thank you for
today I
sharing.
wrote the support from you, Nate, and all people that I met and worked in last year and that are around you too. Thank you today. Okay, if anyone else would like to share, you can write or you can unmute. And of course, all of you watching, we will be super happy if you share with us in the comment. And Zoel is saying, I don't know if you hear him, but he's barking and he's saying, your time is up. I need to go out. Come here, Zoel. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Have a good day then.
You too. You too.
Yes. Thank you
Zoel,
all very much.
thank you so much. And yeah, I think now it's time for me to do the walkie. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Nayna, again for all your love, energy, the setup, the knowledge to support me, especially in the ways that I'm less knowledgeable than you are. So it's really, really a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. It really is a huge pleasure, and I have to say thank you for all this, for being here, for all of us, for all that you are. Thank you very much also for creating this and for choosing to be here. It's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's just a blessing to have you in also online, and I hope to see you all soon in live. So have a lovely day.
Yes.
Bye bye. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.